All you ladies who don't want the natural order of things to go through, I want you to know that's why so many children grow up without their father. And if you sever the ties between a child and father on purpose, what could be more wicked? I don't know if you ever thought about that. What could be more wicked than severing ties between a child and his father?
If she eat the children, like cannibal.
Oh, my Lord.
Bitch ate my kids, man. She'd just keep them from me.
That means that bitch fish. Fish eat their kids. She need to be gutted and served with lemon sauce.
Do you trust women?
I don't trust most women. I don't trust most men.
Right.
They was raised by their mama. Most of the guys I know,
Lord.
they ain't had no daddy around to teach them another side of the game. That's part of growing up. Man, I'm from Chicago, man. I call that the fatherless city. I don't know a lot of guys who grew up with a dad in the house.
See, I told you.
And that means something, man, because you're growing up with the mentality of your mom. And a lot of people don't want to talk bad about their mom, nor should they. But what was your mom's relationship with your dad? It means something.
My son is not coming home today. At this point, I don't even know if I want him to ever come home. I really hate his dad, and it makes it so hard for me to like and care for him the way a mother should. But how do you look your own kid in their face, knowing that it's impossible for you to fully love them the way a mother should because you hate their dad?
3 weeks later.
I just want y'all to know y'all got it. I'm a terrible mom. He with his dad. His dad, y'all said something to his daddy, he is with his daddy. If y'all want to normalize having ungrateful, disrespectful kids and getting bullied in y'all home and feeling worthless and unappreciated, that's on y'all. I'll be choosing me and I'm putting myself first. I sent him with his dad. I'm about to get myself a 1-bedroom apartment and I'm gonna live my life, bro. I see Shorty every other weekend, but that's all I got for him is a good time 4 days out of the month. That's all I got for him now. I'm not providing financially. I'm not doing extra except the little fun that I want to do when I have him every other weekend. And that's it.
A lot of people feel like, oh, Dad, you wasn't around. I don't even with your mama like that. I ain't around your mama. I don't know your mama. Just think about how many kids grow up just with their mom. If you really think about the statistics with that, something is really wrong. And when you think about what's wrong, why isn't the man in the house? The government is part of it because they give the women tools against the man, but don't give the man tools against the women. So it's like we're being assisted by the government to split the family.
A mother's love is not sufficient enough for a boy. He have to have some type of male love, and it has to be consistent to even balance out the consistency of a mother's love. Without that balance, mothers ruin boys.
Just the fact that you say, I love you, I'm watching you, makes a world of difference, man. Because it's that guy in the street that say, hey, man, I got you. He ain't really got it. Ain't nobody gonna ever have you like your daddy got you.
The world is gonna treat you according to who your mother and father is.
Yeah. That is very true.
If they know your daddy, the kind of daddy that'll kick in the door and pistol whoop a mother, jump on your grandmama, kick over the fish tank, beat up your uncle, drag your mama out there because you done said somebody done something to you, won't nobody in that family bother you. You love on him too long, you ruin him. At some point, he has to go through some training or some discipline, some hard teachings. The things that your mother tell you to do don't make sense amongst boys. When she fixing your coat as a little bitty boy and she giving you instructions on what to do to get back home, when you become an adolescent and the things that your mother say to you, if you go out there and do that with other boys, you go get treated like a punk.
If you're a woman and you want to keep the man that you had a baby with, you have to bow down.
You have to bow down?
You are not in charge here.
What are you talking about, Corey?
You have
You're
to
trying
bow
to make me
down.
upset. What is she trying to do?
Do you have kids?
I don't have any kids.
Obviously you ain't got no kids. That's what I'm saying. It's like you're not going to bow down.
No, I'm not. But I don't have enough money to raise my child with or without the guy.
Oh, you're so dumb. For real.
Women today, becoming a mother is far less of a decision than becoming getting married. That's the problem. You have women who are quicker to have a baby than become a wife. That is insane. Becoming somebody's wife is a big deal, but becoming somebody's mother is no big deal.
I'd never thought that.
But you're moving that way.
I know.
All right, ma'am.
That way.
Ma'am, but the net of it is you create the very men you have an issue with.
Absolutely.
And it's your responsibility, not the men. Women are the first teachers of culture. You're under no male leadership. You're following no man. And who is going to try to fight you for control of your household and that boy? They will say, she's for the streets and keep it moving. And there'll be another boy floating around out here without any masculine leadership because his mother is too headstrong, hard-headed, masculine. The men aren't the problem, ma'am. It's like that smoke alarm beeping. That is a single woman tale. Because see, men wouldn't allow that beeping. Men don't allow be beeping. You masculine women allow smoke alarms to beep incessantly. So you can't handle men. No, you can't handle men telling you about yourself. The men you don't seem to like, I hope to God's sake you don't raise another punk. Masculine women tend to raise punks. Who is his mentor? Where's the male energy in his life? Nobody. I don't believe it. Can't make this up.
But as soon as your father is removed and you don't have a strong lioness, those childs are open prey. Don't let your mother be a stripper. Don't let your mother be a stripper and she have to take you and drop you off somewhere. And there's somebody in that family that probably wanted to molest your mother, but now they got action at you. And because your mother is the type of mother she is, they think you're more of a vulnerable child. So
in fact, it is a fact that children who have both parents are more inclined, especially if those parents gave them clear boundaries and clear expectations, those children are more likely to be emotionally, educationally, socially, and also behaviorally more prominent.
What's more important than that man and woman's relationship is when they lay down with each other at night spiritually and physically communicate their bodies with and become one. And that life comes from that moment. If that man and that woman does not have their life and their philosophies intact, that child is going to suffer. So he'll grow up at 21 and come in your house, Jay, where you and your wife is communicating and blow your damn brains out, brother.
Just think about how many women grow up the kids grow up just with their mom. Like if you really think about the statistics with that, something is really wrong. And when you think about what's wrong, why isn't the man in the house? The government is part of it because they give the women tools against the man, but don't give the man tools against the women. So it's like we're being assisted by the government to split the family.
Let me emphasize some basic things. If a kid only lives in a household with, a one parent or an unmarried mother, which is mostly the case, there's their chance of living in poverty are 5 times higher.
It's not just important that it's happening. I think what's even more important is why is it happening? Why is it divorce rate is higher today than it's ever been?
Tell me why.
Why is it that the cry today is don't get married? Hang loose, and the laws are going to take care of those philosophies. Palimony now. It's all, that's really what it is. It's American, and it's going to take us to a depth stage because children are involved.
Greetings, you polite savages.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Ladies, gentlemen, and polite savages, we are now about to embark on a journey sure to enrage the modern women and feminists alike. The only thing that we can guarantee you is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth as we see it. Sometimes it's a bitter pill, but you must take your medicine. So there's nothing else left to do, but let's get into it. So are you ready? Let's go. The absolute foolish notion that you can raise a man-child all by yourself without any help because perhaps Big Daddy government or those child support payments will be enough is one of the reasons for the urban decay that we see in the community today. Without a doubt, a father is far more important than a paycheck. The structure and the accountability that a good man can bring to a household is paramount to the development of these children. Yet, we still get these feminists saying, yeah, we don't need a guy. Nobody can tell me what to do, and I can do bad by myself. I don't need a man. But when that need comes and your man-child is 15 years old bucking up to you, what's the first thing you do? Oh my goodness, where's these men? These men ran away. But one thing is true, ma'am. A lot of times that you run the men away by putting them in an unlivable situation. Because no matter who the person is, nobody can take torture forever. And some of these ladies, I can already tell by their attitude, living with them will be pure torture.
Mentioned that you were only child.
Only child.
Your father left at the age of 5?
Yeah, he was 4 or 5. He was in the Air Force and he was a medic. And when he got out, he was an anesthesiologist.
Now, was it important to mend that relationship before he passed? Or
I did.
Wow.
My mom was like, what you looking for him for? Because they be mad, but my mother really ran him off. You know what I mean? She was just, she ran him off, man. She was a monster, man.
How dare you?
So you're going to deprive your child. You're going to deprive your child of access to his father, as well as strip the black man of his rights as a father to be in his child's life for what? What's she doing all this for? Because she hurt? Because she feel like she been misused and abused? It's a bunch of children, homie, that's being raised in those same conditions. It causes depression.
The reason why I'm leading myself is because most of us are leading ourselves.
You have any children?
Yes.
How many?
I have 1.
I mean, so you think a woman who's not under the leadership of any man is capable and qualified of leading a boy into masculine manhood?
No, I absolutely think it's a hard job.
Why didn't you marry his father?
I didn't want him.
But you had a baby with him. See what?
I had an abortion the first time.
I don't give it. No, man. No. Listen.
No, I'm gonna tell
this
you.
Is no. This is the problem. You're a woman outside of anybody's leadership. You didn't marry a father. You married. You had a baby before you had a wedding. That's already a problem. He wanted to marry you. You didn't want to marry him. And then you're trying to raise a boy. And then you're going to question why men are what they are. Because you ladies, women like you make the very men you complain about.
Absolutely.
So don't ask me about why men aren't holding men accountable when this all starts with women like you.
I allowed it. I absolutely agree with that.
But your question came in, ma'am, asking why don't men do something? And men can't do anything with unruly women.
I get that, but I don't feel like I'm unruly though. I feel like
you're not under anybody's leadership. You're not
because
married.
Of my decision though? Is that my
decision? I asked you why you did not marry his father. You said you did not want to. That's your decision. But you decided to do something and bring a boy child into this world, and he's not under a male leadership, you're not under any leadership, and you are going to likely create the same thing you were going to complain about at the beginning. And that's the problem. This is a cycle over and over again. How do you fix it? Get up under somebody's leadership. Submit. Stop being so masculine.
But I don't think that that's my problem. I don't have a problem.
Oh, really? Huh.
You see, my father ushered me into manhood by showing me discipline and making sure that the rules were enforced inside the house, and that's what you get. There was no disrespectful back talking to him or my mother. They both didn't take any of that. So I don't really understand when these ladies say that these kids are just unruly and they don't listen to them or this or that. Well, ma'am, it's your responsibility to usher these children into adulthood. You are preparing them for the world, because you see, one thing, the world doesn't care if you got a smart mouth or if you're late because you didn't feel good. You show up to your job late enough, they just let you go. And they don't care if you're on the street, because the world is hard on people, especially when you ain't got no home training. And just like Charleston White said, a father's love is different. It's not a nurturing love. It's a love that when you fall down 5 times, they say, don't let it be a 6. Get up, pull yourself up, and let's go. Things that you need in this world to succeed.
See this.
But I feel like I want to give up on my sons. They lazy, they dirty. The one 14-year-old, he's rude and disrespectful. The boy told me I need to get a better job and make more money, and I need to buy a better house.
Whoever decides to be the man in the house, he becomes the villain.
Think so?
Because he have to establish law and order.
Moms from low-income backgrounds are more likely to become single moms. But even if you just look across moms of the same level of education, same background characteristics, it's not surprising that kids from married parent households live in households with more income.
You see, there's certain things that only men can teach other men. There's certain things that a man will look a man in the eye, especially a man talking to a younger man who he actually has an attachment to, who he actually wants to tell the right thing, who he doesn't want anything from but to see this young man successful. See, a father is one of the most amazing things in the world, because a good father is the only man in the world that you'll ever meet who wants you to do better than him, be more successful than he was, be more advanced at your age than he was. In fact, he just wants better for you than he had for himself. And of course, every man is not a good father, but no woman can be a father and a mother at the same time. That is impossible.
I think it's like 85% of the prison population come from single parent homes, more than likely single mother homes, because a woman isn't equipped to teach a man how to be a man.
The only man on earth that wants to see you succeed more than him in this life is not your best friend. It's not your brother. It's not your relatives. It is your father.
We had Dr. Jamal on one of our shows. We interviewed him. He basically said that, a man has to be modeled. So like, if there's no model, it couldn't possibly be a man.
$10 billion in black hair care. $10 billion. Take $9 billion of it and put it into your black sons. Not athletics. They're academics. Science, engineering, technology, math, skilled trades. You love your son? Show it. Take it off your nails, take it off your head, and put it in your boys.
Thank you for listening to the Tip Network. Follow us on all social medias. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This is Scotty and Grover.
We found true happiness.